Hey, what's up? This is Chosen, and this video we have got a lot to get into. We've got a new fusion starting on Monday. I will get you everything you need to know about that and a first reaction to the grades, let you know how good I think it is. I've purposely not looked, but I've got it pulled up and ready to go. We will get this champion graded and talk about the fusion. We've also got to get things wrapped up in game, go over the offers and everything else going on currently in Raid. So let's get into it. Alrighty, and first things first, I do have a new cam. This is my first video using it, so here is the old one for comparison. The new one should be a little bit more crisp. When you look at the hair, you can see a little bit more of the individual hairs and stuff, so it should be a little bit more crisp, but I'm still playing around with the settings to get it to show up exactly how I want to. But yeah, that should be fun. Got a new cam, and this is the first video with it. But okay, about the fusion. So this fusion is going to be starting on Monday. Let me pull this up, actually. I haven't looked at the kit yet, but let's pull this up because I know that's what you're curious about. Let's go over this first. Okay, so the Wizardman Fusion is going to be starting on Monday, and I know the first question you're going to ask is what events are going into it? Is it an old style fusion? Is it a fragment fusion? It's going to be an old style fusion, which means you're going to have a few rares that fuse into 4 epics, and then 4 epics that fuse into the legendary. So unfortunately, they're not giving us a heads up on which champions are going to be part of the fusion, like which epics. So this is why I always recommend you guys save those epics and those void rares in your vault so that you're ready to go when fusions like this launch. So it looks like they are going to be doing both types of fusions. We were wondering because we haven't seen an old style fusion in a few months now, so we were wondering if they were going to stick with the fragments from now on, but it looks like they are going to be doing both types of fusion events. So it is still important for you to hang on to those rares and epics in the vault, at least 1 copy of each champion, so that you're prepared for things like this. And you also see that it is going to be spirit affinity, so you definitely want some spirit potions if you can do that. But just in general, you want to start stocking up on some ascendancy potions because the champions that you fuse for legendary events, you need to ascend them as well to fuse them. So it can be quite a grind to get all those potions. You're going to want to get as much of a head start as you can. But now, let's go over the kit, get a first reaction, and talk about if the champion is going to be worth it or not. I really hope they hit a home run with this fusion. Give us something fun to dive into here. All right. So for skill 1, we've got Bejeweled Bulk. Okay, attack 1 enemy, 35% chance of placing a stun debuff for 1 turn. Don't know why I said debuff. Stun debuff for 1 turn. I've never said that word that way before. That was interesting. I guess when I'm doing a first live reaction to something, my tongue gets twisted here. So the chance increases by 15% for each buff on the target. Okay, not bad. Anytime we can get CC or some sort of really good utility on an A1, we like that. A stun is very good CC. So 35% chance is decent. I'm gonna guess that we can book that up to 50. It's probably gonna be like a 5% and a 10% or something, or 5 to get to 50%. I'm gonna guess that's how that's gonna go. That's the unfortunate thing about doing these is we don't ever know what the books do. We don't know how they affect the buff and debuff chances and the cooldowns. That's really unfortunate. I wish they would give us that information on these sheets to get to you guys. But okay, chance increases by 15% for each buff on the target. Okay. Cool. So some semi-reliable CC on the A1. We'll take it. Then we've got the A2. Honored Ancient removes all provoke debuffs and 1 random debuff from all allies. Places a 60% increased defense buff for 2 turns on all allies if they have debuffs removed. Okay. Also places a shield buff on all allies equal to 20% of this champion's max HP for 2 turns on a cooldown of 4. I'm going to bet you that cooldown goes to 3. I'm going to guess. If it starts at 4, almost always your A2s and A3s have a cooldown reduction in the, hidden in the books. So yeah, not guaranteed, but I'm going to bet it probably goes to a 3-turn cooldown, which is pretty good. That's a solid ability. I don't like the qualifier on the increased defense, especially for a legendary champion. I don't like it when legendaries have qualifiers. They should be consistent value when you're going to be investing legendary tomes and all those ascendancy potions and stuff. But it's a solid ability. This is going to be a really good ability for for like to go second in the arena, to be in a defensive style team. So the enemy places a bunch of stuff on you. If you've got this guy in an immunity set or super high resistance, he goes after you, absorb everything the enemy does, removes provokes, and then also removes one random debuff from everybody, and then is gonna give a massive boost to defense and then throw on some shields. So it's a pretty good absorption ability there on the A2. And then for the A3, Crushing Trample. Attacks all enemies, remove one random buff from each enemy. Has a 75% chance, I bet you can book that to 100, of removing 2 random buffs from each enemy. Places a 100% block heal debuff for 3 turns on enemies who have at least one buff removed. Also places a 60% decreased defense for 2 turns on enemies that have 2 buffs removed. Okay, so yeah, this is another one that's going to get a little bit more value if you go second. If you let your opponent do something and then you counter it, because it's going to be an AoE and it's going to be getting a lot more value if it removes buffs. So you're going to hope that they've already done something. They've already placed some buffs. Now you come from behind and remove them. Place the block heal. It's got a cooldown of 5. I'm going to bet you can book that to a 4, but that's a pretty impactful ability. It does also hit all enemies, so it's going to do a little bit of damage as well. I bet it doesn't hit very hard, but yeah, that seems like, again, a pretty good ability for going second and kind of absorbing what the enemy does and then trampling them. Alrighty, and then we've got the A4, which is Saurian Stoic, a passive ability. Immune to provoke debuffs. Fills the champion's turn meter by 20% each time an enemy attempts to place a provoke. Okay, and then a cooldown of 4. Maybe you can book that to 3, not for sure on that one. Okay, so it's becoming very clear that this champion is going to be put into the game to really counter provoke, mostly in the arena. So yeah, you've got an enemy arena team that's based around provokes. Molly, Torment, Angar, anybody who does lots of provoke. This guy is going to be really good in that scenario. You throw him in and really can mitigate the effects of how strong that provoke is going to be against your roster. And then we've got an Aura. Can you see that? Yeah, you can. It goes down far enough. Okay. Increase ally resist in all battles by 55. Again, in a team that's going to be going second and absorbing what they do, resistance is typically going to be very important. So yeah, I like the Aura. I like the passive. It's very situational though. There isn't a whole lot of guaranteed value there. It's only usable against provoke. But yeah, okay. I'll give the champion like a B+. I see some potential here. Definitely gonna be an arena champion and gonna make the defensive absorption style a little bit stronger. So gonna be a good option to have on your raid roster, because the speed meta, as we all know, is getting harder and harder to compete in every week, especially if they're gonna be selling these speed packs all the time. So we need more defensive absorb options so that you can go second in the arena and still get value and farm those medals. And this guy should be a decently valuable part of any defensive roster that's trying to compete in the arena. And to boot, I think it'll be pretty good in dungeon progression for early to mid game accounts, and will also be pretty good in Lizardman Faction Wars as well. He's not going to be good in the clan boss, unfortunately. A lot of times with these fusions, they're really bad in the clan boss. I hope we get a clan boss fusion at some point. But yeah, so B+ is my first reaction, and mainly going to be helping you in absorption PvP battles. And yeah, we don't know exactly what the fusion is going to look like in terms of the events and all that stuff, but this is going to launch on Monday, and I hope they do a good job of structuring this fusion in a way that's realistic for the player base to do and have fun with it. So, all right, let's put that away, and let's dive into some of the in-game stuff here. I will pin that down below. I got to try to remember to do that, but I'll pin that document down below in a pinned comment, so you can pull up the kit whatever you want and take a look at it if you would like there. So, okay, let's go over some stuff going on in game. The first thing I want to talk about is the great Jebait, I'm calling it. You know, I did a video talking about the Dragon Tournament, and it used to have this little teaser, the special challenge rules, and we didn't know what those were going to be. Now we know, obviously, it's Dark Elves. So I did a video saying, hey guys, it looks like it's going to be fusion locked, or I mean faction locked, so you can pick whichever faction you want and then go into the dragon and slam it down. That's how it should have been done, in my opinion, and that's how we were kind of led to believe it was going to be, which I don't think they did it on purpose. I don't think it was like some maniacal evil scheme, but unfortunately there was some sort of miscommunication down the line, from the top of Plarium to the community managers to the YouTube coordinators to the content creators. There was some sort of a disconnect somewhere there, and we all kind of got jebaited into thinking it was going to be any fusion, the fusion of your, why do I keep saying fusion? It's gonna be any faction of your choice to go ahead and dive into the dragon. So unfortunately, that was a Jebait, and it was only the Dark Elves, which I'm a little bit disappointed about. But anyway, it is what it is. I also think they should have given at least a legendary book. This should have went, you know, silver gem, epic book, legendary book, void shard or something to make that really worthwhile to dive in there, especially when it's got a special qualifier on a specific faction. There should have definitely been a legendary book up for grabs here on the right side. On the left side, it is what it is. Rank charms are cool. Relentless is kind of par for the course and competing in these events. And so the only gripe I have with the rewards is not having any sort of legendary book over there on the right side. There should definitely, in a specialized event like this, there should be an epic book, a legendary book, and a void shard. Those three should be on the right side every time. But yeah, I know a lot of you are disappointed about it. I wish that they would have structured this in a way where it was your faction of choice. I almost said fusion again. I wish they would have structured this in a way where it was a faction of your choice. So that's feedback that we're going to give them for the future, and hopefully they let us know what the event's going to be sooner next time instead of 1 or 2 days. You know, if it's going to be a specific fusion, they need to give us a lot longer to let players prepare and start you know, getting a roster in order to start tackling the tournament. And also, you know, a lot of people are going to be swapping gear and maybe 6-starring new champions to participate in something like this. So keep that in mind when you're structuring the rewards. You need to at least put up a legendary book for that kind of silver investment and 6-starring investment and gear investment and time investment. It would definitely be better if they put a legendary book in there. That is kind of the gist of everything I'm mentioning here. So yeah, guys, sorry about that. I apologize for the misinformation in the video. We really got jebaited in terms of how we thought the event was going to be structured. So it is what it is, and I know a lot of you are kind of skipping this one. I don't blame you. My recommendation is going to be to really be diligent about saving up your resources, getting those ascendancy potions, and getting ready for the fusion event that's going to be starting on Monday. But that covers that. Sorry, that got a little bit more long-winded than I thought it was going to. Let's go. This video is getting a little bit on the long side in terms of an update. So let's go ahead and dive into the offers and get you guys out of here. Okay, so this is going to be the big one here. Special offer pack, a limit of 2. Okay, let me pull this up here, and let's fire up the offer sheet. We've got 1 million silver and no energy, 1,500 gems. Then we've got the 25 voids and 8. I assume that's 4-star chicken. They're not telling us again. They're messing up the chicken offer there. I'm assuming it's 4-star, and then a 5-star, it's gonna be 10. Although, why is it? Yeah, it's gotta be. It's gotta be 4 stars, because that would make sense. You've got enough chicken to rank up 2 4-stars, and then enough chicken to rank up 2 5-stars. So I'm gonna assume that's what it is. But yeah, 2.63. Okay, 2x voids is probably coming soon. They're doing these 2x events basically every other weekend. So this is going to be a good offer for high spenders that are towards the end game. So for early to mid game players, this might be a little bit rough. You typically want to get a little bit more ancient shards and some sacreds and stuff. But for end game players, void shards are the most valuable shards in terms of bang for dollar typically. And coming out at 25 for 100. So just straight up void shards for dollars, you're looking at $4 a pop for a void shard. That's gonna be about the cheapest you see them. 25 for 100, $4 a void shard. Once you get to the end game, that's about the cheapest you're ever going to see void shards. So it is expensive, but it is technically a good offer for an end game player who is in the market to spend money on raid. Bonus ancient pack. These are not going to be as good, I don't think. Okay, so clear this out here. All right, let's go 3.3. And we've got gems of 3,300, 30 ancients. 1.51. Okay, so, and then the other one is just going to be half. The other one's not going to be as good, but it is cheaper. So, yeah, this one is worse. If you're going to spend $100, you definitely want the special void pack instead. That one is definitely better than this one. So, this one's a hard pass for me. This one is at least good, but it's expensive. So you got to weigh your options on how you're going to spend there. Mini mix is there every day. Div O is not something, we're not going to be in the market to spend 25 for 5-star gear on Div O, so I don't need to plug that in. Great deal mix pack, 6 days on this one. So I think I plugged this one in already, but let's do this here. I didn't realize that one was 6 days last time I plugged it in. Or is this new? This might be new, because that would be 1 week if it launched an hour ago. Maybe this is new, but it seems like I remember being upset about having to do the math live because these numbers are wonky, or there's different numbers of potions to go and do. But let's do it again here. Okay. So anyway, sorry, I'm mumbling today. 5 epic skill tomes. And then we've got 8 4-star chicken and 5 5-star chicken. 2,000 energy, I put that in, and then this is these weird numbers here. What is this? 195? 195, I think. Yeah. Okay. 195 on the greater potions. All right, so 1.82. Yeah. Again, this is going to be a pass for me. I typically only go after offers that are at least in the teal, the excellent category. So, yeah, this is one I'm not going to recommend. I don't know why the 50% off is there. I don't think it's actually 50% off. It's another Jebait. And the Mega Savings Pack, this one is really good. If you this is going to be the best one in my opinion, for sure. You know, this is even an even better deal on the Void Shards. It's going to be even better than the special offer pack. So if you've got to choose and be diligent, I would go with the Mega Savings Pack. This is the best one, and then the special offer with the voids is the second best one. Everything else here is going to be a pass for me today. So let's get that put away and let's wrap up here. I will pop up the kit here as we wrap up, just in case you want to see that one more time. So where is that at? Boom. Okay. Yeah, so anyway, guys, we've got the fusion starting on Monday. Start preparing, getting those ascendancy potions ready, and putting your energy into that, making sure you are ready to go. Get those champions ready in the vault to hopefully take advantage of getting a head start on if you've already got one of the components, or hopefully a couple of the components required for this fusion. As soon as I know more, you guys will know more. I'll put it on a tweet, or if it's not worth a dedicated video, I'll make sure you guys know in some way, shape, or fashion. So, all right, guys, that's going to do it. As always, have a good day. Thanks for watching. Peace.